Hello, today is Sunday, February the 23rd, 2025. And if you are a federal employee, when you arrive to work tomorrow, you will be greeted by at least one email. That email is from hr@opm.gov. It is titled, "What Did You Do Last Week?" And it was sent from Elon Musk on the heels of a post from his X account where he says that he is asking all federal employees to justify what they did, to tell what type of work they did, by providing 5 bullet points of information about what they did. Here's the problem: the email is not signed, and he indicated on X that if you did not respond to the email, that this would be considered a resignation. But that's not in the email, according to a lot of the sources or a lot of the information on the news. He didn't say that in the email, but he did say it on X. So, as you can imagine, there's been quite a bit of controversy. Lots of people have been weighing in, saying that the email is illegal. He is trying to justify it by saying that some people don't even come to work. They're doing so little work in the government that they're not even reading their emails. So let's take a look at it and then talk about it during the recap. I began my research by opening my web browser, and I typed in the words email from Elon, and I received quite a bit of results. And they are from reputable news sources like the Washington Post, Time, and CNN. I took a look at the email information from CNN, and they do indicate what the email says. That the email indicated to employees, please reply to this email with approximately 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week and CC your manager. Please do not send any classified information, links, or attachments. And this email came on the heels of a X post, which indicated, consistent with President of real Donald Trump's instructions, all federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they got done last week. And this also indicates that failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. Musk later defended this email by, on the heels, they report that he defended this by saying that it was meant to spot outright fraud from people on the payroll who aren't working at all. The reason this matters is that a significant number of people who are supposed to be working for the government are doing so little work that they are not even checking their email at all. I don't really understand how an email that would look like spam and that most employees would probably ignore accomplishes the goal of spotting outright fraud. If you take a moment and visit connolly.house.gov, this will bring you to the webpage for Congressman Gerald Connolly, also known by Jerry Connolly. He is the ranking member for the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. He took very quick, very decisive action on Sunday, February the 23rd, by asking OPM to withdraw the email threat and renounce Musk's latest attack on public servants. As you can see, he sent the letter to Charles Ezel, or Ezel, I'm not sure of the pronunciation, demanding a clarification that non-response to the "What did you do last week?" email that was sent to federal workers does not constitute resignation, and to clarify the role that Elon Musk has and that he does not speak for OPM. So you can read the entire letter here on his website, and you can see what he has to say about it. I completed my research on opm.gov, and in the search engine, I used the words resignation of position. And let's take a look at Chapter 31, titled Separations by Other Than Retirement. This is Chapter 31 of the Guide to Processing Personnel Actions. And we're going to take a look at documenting reason or reasons for separations. This advises us very clearly that each person who resigns should be asked to do so in writing. And it further advises that when the employee resigns orally, try to obtain written confirmation. If this is not possible, ask the person who received the oral resignation to document it in a memorandum for the record. So, failing to respond to an email is not a means of resignation. That's not a way that you quit your job in the government. Okay, let's recap. When you arrive at work tomorrow, you will be greeted by at least one email. Hopefully, you will have another email from either your supervisor, the department head, the agency head, maybe your union if you have one. Hopefully, it will be there telling you how to respond, if you should respond or not. But we do know that that email was sent. Now, here are the problems that I see with the email personally. First off, it was sent off hours. It was sent on a Saturday. None of the email or none of the information that I read reported the time that it was sent. But either way, it was sent on a Saturday off hours. And it's not signed. And it probably lacks any um, letterhead or government emblem or department seal that lets the reader know that it is a real email. So to send an email off hours that looks a lot like spam and expect to get any replies is just kind of just kind of silly. And the notion that you can quit your government job by failing to respond to email is equally as silly. But you can see from the research that the Guide to Personnel Processing on OPM's website does want your resignation to be in writing. So if you decide that you want to quit your government job, you have to put it in writing. Also, we should most certainly thank Senator Connolly, I'm sorry, Congressman Connolly, for such quick and decisive action. I think that's needed in times like this when the world is in such turmoil. Someone has to be the decision maker. Someone has to stand up and say exactly what needs to be done. He seemed to be very clear about that. He also, if you read the letter that he sent to the acting head of OPM, he very clearly said that he needs to advise individuals that this email is not orders from OPM. So please take a look at that if you want more information about it. But I love that he responded so quickly. Remember that you have rights. No matter what happens, remember that you have rights and do not let these intimidation tactics make you give up those rights. Asking someone to respond to an email with a very quick turnaround time, just like the deferred resignation program. Let's give you a really short time to respond. That's an intimidation tactic. It's designed to keep you off kilter so that you don't have the opportunity to think about what's going on, what's really being said. And that's one of the tactics that scammers use because if they give you a short time in which to think about something, you make a different decision than you would have under normal circumstances. So don't don't fall for these things. Stay strong, know your rights, and if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button.